Hello everybody. If you're watching this, you seem to have stumbled upon my new blog. This will be my first entry. Now first off, let's address why I'm starting a video blog as opposed to writing in a blog, especially when writing's free and posting video is going to be done a roundabout way using links to YouTube. Well, first off, it's because frankly I like talking better than I like writing. Secondly, because with working from home, I've found myself becoming increasingly lazy about taking care of myself, about doing my hair, shaving my beard, and dressing in clothes that aren't a t-shirt and sweatpants. So I decided to do a video blog in order to get myself up, moving, and well, just grooming myself a little bit better. So without further ado, let's start into what this blog is about. So the goal of this blog is to continue my education. I didn't go through 6 years of post-high school schooling just to end my learning with starting my first job outside of it. And I found myself increasingly lazy in this front. As most of you know, Stephanie and I have been working very hard to get ourselves into better physical shape, but I wanted to extend that to also my mental shape and health. Therefore, I've decided to take on a challenge of sorts. Education's expensive, and I don't want to rack up any more debt than I have to. So I've decided to use the wonderful world of the internet. There are many resources such as lectures, articles, peer-reviewed sources, books, YouTube videos, you name it, about many, many topics across the world. So I've decided to use this in order to develop a short coursework every week for myself in order to study, taking about an hour and a half each day to study it. Now, the idea of making this into a blog is so that I can have concise posts about each week of work, what resources I'm using in order to do this, other resources that can be added, comments from people like you who may be more of an expert in the field than I or some of the people that I'm referencing, and so that I can discuss it with other people and hopefully more people can get involved in this learning experience. So the blog is going to be entitled Enthusiastic Education with Ethan, mostly because I love alliteration. And the first lesson comes with something that's kind of become near and dear to my heart, mostly dear to my lovely fiancée Stephanie. But the educational steps for this go back to a few years before I met her. Back when I was working in a tea shop, we had a family that used to come in where 2 of their children were deaf, and they were constantly trying to communicate using their father as an interpreter to what they wanted. And I found myself lacking the ability to properly communicate with them, and not wanting to be rude or seeming to mimic, I mostly just talked to the father. But after they had stopped in a few times, they had made their presence known as regulars. I mean, they would be in once or twice a week, and usually I was the one taking care of them at the counter. Therefore, I asked the father one time before he left what the sign was for thank you. And so, I learned, and picked up a few things here or there from them, but at the very least I wanted to be able to communicate in the most basic way with them. At this point in time, Stephanie has taught me most of the alphabet, signs for telling people my name, thank you, and a few other fun ones like water, vodka, food, wants, and a few other things. But this week, starting Monday the 17th? Yes, Monday the 17th, I will be putting out an hour and a half in order to study American Sign Language using the different varied resources online. I'll be posting these and my progress throughout the week. This blog is not only for me to communicate with you what I'm doing, but also to hold myself accountable in learning what I attempt to learn. So by Friday, I hope to be able to sit in front of this camera and show you 100 signs from my own memory that I have learned online. So welcome to the first ever post on Enthusiastic Education with Ethan. And as always, stay nerdy.